How y'all doing this evening? I think I'm live. I don't know. I think I'm streaming. I'm waiting for somebody to show up over there, see if I'm coming out loud and clear. Travis is not here with me, so I'm over here by myself, and so I got to work everything myself. Bullshit. Let me see. Yes, we have people showing up. Chuckster just showed up. Barbara Hernandez just showed up. Claudia Radius, thank you very much. Monica Byrons, how you doing, darling? And Linda Ramsey and Buddy Davis. Hey, buddy, try that Discord thing out tonight, buddy. See if we can get you on. Travis is busy right now, but hello, Natalie. Travis is busy right now. He's got a little project going on that he's involved in. He's going to join me as soon as that is over, but we didn't want to delay the program, and so I'm on my own for, I don't know how long. It might be 15, 20 minutes. The stock market, based on lying Donnie's statements and his toilet tweeting, is manipulating the stock market. Warren, it went by. Yes, you're right, baby. That's what he does. He affects everything we do every day. Let me see. Mitch Goldstein made a comment he was going to try to forego Trump news for a little while. And, man, I wrote back to him what a pleasant thought that would be to get that man out of my head for a while. But not doing what I do nowadays, and I'm just about consumed with this shit. Every day is a shit storm, an embarrassment for this country, and I'm in it for the long haul, baby. I got to keep doing this until I see that man gone. Isn't that what they say? Persistence, baby, it pays off. Donna Bonacosi, how are you doing, darling? Ian McGrath is over in Scotland, and Randy Curvin's up in Arkansas, buddy. We appreciate it. Yes, we have work to do, baby. I was doing some research today. I've got a system in my head, and as soon as I turn that system into the head to what's in front of me, to keep me informed and knowledgeable about what's going on, because it's hard to keep a lot of shit up in your mind, but we have things coming up that we need to be aware of, and we need to be cognizant of when it is and who's there and all this, who's on first, what's on second, and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I was researching the debates. We're going to have 6 debates in 2019 and 6 debates in 2020, and everybody has to qualify for the debates by June 12th, and the first debate is June 26th down in Miami. And I also learned today that although we have 23 Democrats running at the moment, I like what Pete Buttigieg said. There's enough that they ought to be carpooling. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good quote right there. But yeah, we have until June 26th this month to before the first debate's actually going on. Oh, where I was going with that was you have to qualify. So that only the top 20 candidates are going to qualify for these debates, because there's too many people and it has to stretch over 2 days. So all these candidates that are out there right now, they have this opportunity until June 12th to make their mark, or they will not be on the debate floor. So there's a lot of them out there that are still, struggling with their place in the polls at the moment. But anyway, I was also doing when the Iowa caucus is February 3rd, and then all the there are 22 Republican Senate seats up. There are 12 in the Democratic field. We have to keep our 12 and gain 2 more. 2 out of 22, baby. I think we can do that. This is very doable. I have everybody written down here. I'm not going to call them out right now because there's 22 of them. Every senator in every state that is going to be up for election in 2020. And that's where we really need to concentrate our efforts, and not only on Donnie, on beating Donnie, but I mean the states range everywhere from Texas all the way down to North Carolina, Mississippi, Arkansas. They're all over the place, and we have to be active in all of these states because we only need 2, baby, to take the Senate, and that is so important. And that's what I'm doing. I was on the Tim Cormall show earlier today, had a great time. discussing the issues over there and getting a good laugh over there. And on, when I'm on Bob's show or anybody else, it's those voices that are keeping the message going, and you know, makes it all possible for us to gather around. Look at me, I'm looking down at the camera because I don't know what the hell I'm doing here, because I just tried to grab somebody. Sparky, are you there, buddy? No, I just tried to. Wait a minute now. I'm trying to get our blue dot, our Discord. Velda, are you there? Tell me I did something right. Velda.
You did.
I did indeed. See, there you go. I got it going. I just don't.
Yes, you do.
How are you doing, dear?
Oh, I'm doing just fine today.
Good. Let me see if I can shrink this down so I can see everything. Travis should be here in a little while. He's my eyes and ears on this shit. We'll just leave it like that until he comes in here. Let me see if I can get. Granny Jean. Hello, Granny Jean. I'm doing fine. How are you, dear?
I'm all right.
Good.
How's your week going?
Yeah, my week has been going. Yeah, it's been going. It's been going. A lot of thoughts running through my head. My week got upended this week, but nothing we can't deal with. But you got to keep on going, baby. That's all you got to do. Keep one foot in front of the other. Yeah. Granny, where are you from?
Where am I from?
Yes,
from Minnesota. Well,
yeah.
From Wisconsin, but living in Minnesota.
Living in Minnesota, baby. How's the weather up there?
Today was, low 70s. But before that, it was up in the upper 80s last several days.
Jen, is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't see. Travis is over here.
Well, you got to put your glasses on so you can read the little type.
I seen the word, I think Granny, and I thought, what the hell? I can't see. Well, good. I'm glad. Jen is one of our moderators, and we're glad to have her here anytime. So, save my
maybe.
Ass. Huh?
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. Oh, well, you have been so far, dear, so I'm going to ride on that one. So, how's our country looking to y'all? Think it's doable? Think we can pull this shit out in 2020?
I think so.
I do too. It's getting more
I hope
and more.
hell we can.
Oh yeah, we have to. We don't have a choice in the matter. It's all we can do. Man. Yeah. I'm stumbling this evening, people. Travis left me.
What happened?
Right. Oh, he's just got a little.
What was in your way?
What's in my way?
Yeah, what was it? Was it your parrot or your dog that tripped you up?
Oh, no. Just life in general. Just life in general. I was out there looking at how much I was going to have to tear down that fence. I've been pretty consumed with that for the last few days. I got a building.
Oh, just jack it up and put a stick of dynamite on it and
That's it,
move.
man. Somebody asked me today, well, John, why don't you just get a big chain around that big oak tree out there and pull it? And I said, because there ain't a chain big enough to pull that thing. Yeah, there's a cable big enough to lift it up, but you'd be out there for a month jacking around on a chain trying to move that thing. So, no.
You need a great, huge, giant sky hook.
Yeah, that's basically what I've got. I'm going to have to get a pole truck, and it's doable. I know a guy that has one that can do the job. Tomorrow I'm going to run over there and see him and see how much he's going to charge me for it and all that shit. But other than that, it's a matter of taking down one more fence, getting his truck in here, pick it up. The move shouldn't take more than an hour at the most.
Right.
We only have to move it 20 feet, so pick it up, drag it over there, let's go. But I'm just, after that, I'm going to have to re-put the fence on the property line where it's supposed to be, and correct my mistake. That's what.
How long has that guy owned that piece of property?
Oh, a lot longer than I've owned this one, I guess. There was just no.
And he's
no
he's never come out and seen that there that way.
No. It's the first time he's ever been out here, I guess. The story was that when I moved out here, there were no fences around me at all. So I had to put fences in and cross fences and whatnot. So I have 1, 2, 3 sections that we can move the animals to, and on on his side over there, it was just a mistake by my end because I couldn't afford a surveyor. So I found the survey mark on the river. No doubt, here's the survey mark. The one I couldn't find was on the road end. So we're looking at an angle thing. I hit the wrong angle, and it ended up about 12 feet over on his property is where I put the fence.
How many acres is his place?
Oh, probably about 1.5 acres, maybe.
Oh.
Maybe an acre.
And how big is yours?
A little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. I have 3 lots. I think that's 2. So yeah, but there's poles for a house. The thing was they were going to build a house. There was brothers involved. They wanted a place on the river. They were going to all get together and build a house. They got the poles put in, and then from my understanding of the situation, things went south between the wives, I think, and then the next thing you know, they shut it down. Nobody ever came out for the next, I don't know, 18 years or so, until he showed up the other day. And said,
Eminent domain.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I guess I could do. The expense of moving it would probably be less than the expense of getting into a pissing contest with him. That
True that.
Yeah, in a legal court, then yeah, I'd lose because I can see that the property line has moved. So I'd have to put up a big fuss, and I don't want to do that. I just soon, get the truck over here. Let's move it. I want to be done with it. I don't want to be obligated to anybody. Now he did. I want to turn to that story. He did text me yesterday. He said, John, just a thought. If you're interested in selling that building, I could just buy it from you. All you have to do is take the stuff out of it. No, it's not for sale. Period. I wrote back to him real nice. I appreciate your offer and your idea is great, but I've already put in motion the process to get it moved off the property and get it properly set. I said it's not just a building. I said that's our hurricane shelter, and it is. So I don't. It's not for sale.
Right.
Yeah. Besides that, my son lives in it. So, but anybody that finds out exactly what from the road, it just looks like a big, huge metal building, not like a storage container or anything like that. You could see there's a door and there's a window, 2 doors, and and it's an apartment, and so I think that's what he was wanting to do is get the building, buy the building for me, and that way he could live in that while his house was being built.
But he's not going to want to pay what it costs to buy that kind of house.
No. That's what I told him. I said, he can't afford it. He can't, because that's what people would think of. Oh, well, that's a shipping container. You can get those for $2,000-3,000. Yeah, this building is going to cost you closer to 20, buddy. Is what I'd have to tell him, and it's not for sale anyway. Because it's too solid. It's too good. And I would never have the opportunity to go out and buy something like that myself. Shit, that's a lot of money. So, no.
Are you going to have to just dismantle the building to move it?
No, it's all in one piece. It's just extremely heavy. It's built for the oil field, and for the head guy on the drilling location to live in while the well is drilled and everything. So it's made to be an apartment, but it's also made to be picked up by an 18-wheeler, thrown on a trailer, and dragged, down bumpy roads everywhere, and then delivered to another location. So there's nothing that can hurt it. It would really take a great force to even put a dent in it. The walls itself are 3/8 inch steel plate.
Oh.
So yeah, that's enough to stop most bullets. But 10-inch I-beams underneath it. It sits on a cradle that can be picked up by cranes. There's little dog ears on each end that they can just throw a cable over and pick it up and that's what they do a lot. So that's what I'm going to do. But
And so where's Travis tonight?
he is involved with his girlfriend right now in a project they were doing. He should be done, and oh, Dad, we should be done 15, 20. I said, well, go ahead and do your shit. You know, I don't want to mess up his night. You know, they had plans to do something, and he wanted to just go ahead and start late. And I said, no, I got the great idea. I'll just go in there and wing it. Well, it didn't this go great. If it's him in here, we'd have music to entertain us and all sorts of shit like that. But let me see if I can. Let me see who else I can't read over there. That's his. I know. I think I see Dave here. Dave, did I get you in here, buddy?
You did.
I did indeed. See, I'm getting better at this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you are getting good at it, mate.
Nah.
Travis is going to feel like he's not needed.
Oh no, he's needed, buddy. I'll tell you, it showed right at the beginning just how much he liked get into the music and whatnot. And I come up and it's easier for me to do a rant, to record a rant, because then whenever I turn on the camera and I'm ready to go, bingo, it all comes out. When we're live, it's like, oh well,
You're tongue-tied.
Yeah, for a minute there, you get tongue-tied.
Well,
find your.
Being live is like what Donald Trump does. You see, every day,
yeah.
Donald Trump, his whole life is a reality TV show. So
yeah.
He creates. That's all he can do is be a reality TV show person. He's not good at anything else. He loses money. He's a bad president, but he's okay at the other thing he done on TV. And what he does every day with this bloody presidency is he runs it like it's a reality show, and then he creates a drama like the Mexico. I'm going to charge you these tariffs. He creates all these dramas that are really nothing. He makes a mountain out of a molehill, gets all these people excited, and then turns around and says, I've fixed the problem. I have solved the problem. I am frigging good.
He goes and starts a fire, runs over there and pisses on it, and then wants a medal for being the fireman of the year or some shit like that. That's exactly what he's done with this issue. He threatened them tariffs, and then what we see the story come out today, or yesterday I think it was, or something, that the deal that he struck up overnight was actually done 4 months ago. So he did squat. He put on this whole show just for his minions, just for his little base down there. Because
and John,
yes, sir.
You watch fucking Fox News show video footage of the Mexican police or the border guards. All of a sudden there'll be video footage of them pushing people back, which is probably old footage, and he'll say, see, I've got them working.
Yeah. He's going to try to take credit for anything he can. Anything that even makes the illusion that he's. But see, again, he's only talking to his minions. None of his minions over there on Fox News is going to hear this shit. His base is not going to hear that the deal was done 4 months ago, or that he was just blowing smoke up everybody's ass. When I was on the show the other night, I was kind of disappointed because on the Friday rant, I had said that he'll sign it and then wait till Sunday and then come up with some fucking reason to not put it in effect. And he screwed me over by just going ahead and just saying I made a deal before he even got to sign it. So he screwed me up. But I knew it wasn't going to go into effect. I knew those tariffs.
What's the next episode, John? What is the next episode?
Shit, the next episode, ain't no telling. Whatever he farts out in the morning and ends up on his Twitter feed. He'll fart something and then just put it right up there on his Twitter, and that's what attracts the news every day. It's a constant stream of chaos, of bullshit fires, just like this, and just to keep the attention. Yeah, we're all hanging on the edge of our seat. Is he going to sign it? Is he going to kiss off? It's all a game to this guy. There's no. I read can't remember who it was. I read an article the other day about when he is off a teleprompter and he's on his own. We joke about word salad, because there's so many times that he talks and he just doesn't make any sense. And the article was speaking about that's how his brain works. It doesn't work any other way. It's a constant series of cliches or innuendos. There's no meat and potatoes to anything he ever says when he's off that teleprompter. And it's just all red meat as much as he can throw out there to his base and hang them along.
The comments agree with you. Looking at these comments as they come up, there's no disagreement there, John. They're 100% agreement. The guy is an actor, and he's an acting president.
Yeah, because even in his show, The Apprentice, he didn't fire anybody. He didn't fire anybody that it wasn't already handed out to him on the script. Hey, Bob, look here, he's going to fire you in scene 3. You look surprised or some shit. And then Donnie gets to come in there and read the script and then point his finger and say, "You're fired." The man is a chicken shit. He ain't fired nobody. He gets other people to do that shit. It's like everything else in his life. He gets other people to do the shit while he sits there and try to ride the glory on anything he can get his hands on. Anyway, Bud, man, how are you, Bud? Bud One Man, are you in there, Bud? Did I get you?
Bud Man.
Yeah, you've got him, but he's not coming through. He's lit up, but he's not coming through.
Well.
That sounds like Donald Trump. He's lit up, but not coming through.
Not coming through.
Oh, be nice to Bud. Be nice to Bud.
He's Donald Trump. What policies has Donald Trump made that have benefited America?
He has
None.
shit on everything since he got here. There's not a single.
He's done nothing.
The only thing that he can point to, and it doesn't benefit the American people, it just benefits the other people that are out to rape and pillage this country. Big business, the cutting of the regulations and all that shit, the big tax cut that he gave to all the damn corporations and shit. That's what he has.
Mate. His mates.
He done nothing for us. And
Ozzy, Velka told me to tell you she was sorry. And I've got another footnote to back that up. Every time that he pulls this crap with the tariffs, especially after the Chinese one,
right,
the stock market takes a dip.
Yes.
Well, right before the stock market took a dip in that last Chinese deal, guess what? A lot of people, insiders, sold off a lot of stock at that point in time.
I've always said this in the real world, and being realistic about it. When you see the stock market take a major drop, let's say several hundred points, drop 600 points, 700 points, I guarantee you, that 1%, that we always talk about, when that right at the moment that dropped, they sold, and that caused it just trickles right on down, and the stock market goes crazy. It drops like shit. They wait until it gets way down there again, and then buy back the same stock at a discount price.
And that's all again with Trumpy. The unfortunate thing is the president can control the stock market. He can make the stock market go down or up just by saying a sentence.
Just by tweeting some bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah, but he's going to tweet one.
Mates to sell their shares when the prices are up. Then he puts some rant out bullshit. Then the stock drops and they buy back, as you said, John, at a cheaper price.
Yeah. Well, if you ask me, he would love to turn this into a fascist country, because that's what that is. That's him determining who the winners and losers are in the world.
Yes.
And that's what he did the other day, threatening AT&T. We should all boycott AT&T. Because AT&T owns CNN, and CNN's being mean to Donnie, so that's the domino effect. That's Donnie saying, well, you don't like me, so I'm going to make sure that the company that owns you loses business. That's Donnie. And it's the same thing with these tariffs. He uses them as a punishment, as a tool to get whatever he wants. It's his way of laying on the floor, kicking his feet, and holding his breath. And that's
he's
what
a bully.
Doing. Yes, he's
going to keep doing that, and one day he's not going to turn around on it, and that stock market is going to be the worst stock market crash in our world, in our history in the United States.
Yeah.
It's going to crash so bad that his buddies won't be able to recoup.
Yeah, and for a lot of
the problem is, Velda, if that happens, see what he's going to do in 2020 around December.
Talk into your mic more, Dave. I can hardly hear you.
What he's going to do around 2020, he will manipulate the stock market to show that the markets are good and it's all good, and so the people see
He
the
will
markets
try.
are good. And you'll make this,
You'll
create this
mirrors.
yes, it'll create this smoke and mirrors image that's not real.
It's the only thing that he can have. I mean, the only thing he can point to right now is the economy. He says, "Oh, look how he does it all the time. Look what I did," and that's bullshit. Thank you, Mr. Obama.
No, Obama did it.
Yeah,
this is a result of Obama.
That's it. You look at all the graphs; they started going up during Obama, and this is just a continuation of his policies, as much as this asshole has tried to destroy it. But the danger of this whole thing, and I've said it from the beginning, is the danger, the long-term effect of what he's done. You know, when we take back the White House, we take back the Senate, just like, you know, that's when the work starts, because we have to repair all this shit he went around pissing on, and it's going to take a long time, and that's how come it's important, no matter what issue we talk about.
I hope the first thing he does is whoever gets in office gets in there and repairs EPA and the climate immediately.
Yeah.
Those are the two first things.
I'm always jumping on that because it is a major, you know, because it's the big picture thing. You know, that's our planet. That's our environment. Look how long it took us to clean up that shit. Once we gathered as a nation back in the 60s and early 70s to clean up shit. Because, you know, back before that, you know, in the days that Donnie wants to go back to, well, hell, local corporation down the street that's making all sorts of, you know, chemical waste, well, just dump it out there in the river. It'll be fine. Nobody wants to fish out there anyway and all that shit. You know,
raw sewage being dumped in the rivers and lakes and the streams.
Yeah. It affects
mercury.
Everything. And if you pay attention to what the stories every day, and I do, there's so many stories on climate change and the impact that it's happening all over the place, and you know, it gets to when you watch that, and you think the big picture. You know, this is our planet. My wife and I just watched a movie. She got me into another one today because Miss Deborah came over, so we sat down and we watched. Oh shit. I'm Mother, and it's about a robot that raises a child from embryo, you know, and it's futuristic. After the big war, after we destroy everything, this place was built to repopulate the world, and it's a kind of a spooky movie there at some point, but. I forgot where I was.
But the thing is that people like
I forgot where
people like Trump, they live for today. They don't live for tomorrow because they've got so much money. They live for enjoying today.
Yeah.
With the climate change stuff, their attitude and his attitude and mine is, well, the rich people will not be bothered by climate change because we can move and adjust our lives, which we can afford to if the planet changes.
Yeah, the rest of us.
But you and I can't.
Baby. No,
our children can't.
Did you see him so surprised when he learned that Prince Philip was so involved? I think it was Prince Philip.
Yes.
Was, so involved in the environment, and he doesn't have to because, you know, he's not going to be alive then. And why should he? That's his thought. You know, Donnie, that's Donnie. Donnie doesn't give a shit about the future because he's not going to be there. And you're right, Dave. He lives for today. What do the polls say today? What are the ratings today? How much money do I have today? What kind of bullshit can I sell today? That's Donnie's life, and it's not, you know, it's unscripted and just full of shit, and we get exposed to it every day to the extent that it becomes almost normal. We become, you know, it doesn't bother us. We become complacent and it's just another news story about just another lie. But just how long are we supposed to put up with that shit? You know, how can any parent out there raise his child up with the expectations of honesty and integrity of anything when we got this kind of jackass up there in the office and just destroys that very thought? You know,
the young ones are too smart, John. The young ones can see through him, though.
I hope so. I hope, and I believe that's true. I believe the younger generation coming up is coming up smarter. They're more and no different than any when any of us were younger. They said the same thing about us when we were in our early 20s or late teens. Well, that younger generation, they just think they got it all with that. You know,
Yes.
They don't know what they're doing.
yeah, they don't know. But it's the same thing today. But we have to recognize that youth is the future, and they are learning things earlier, just as we learned things earlier in reference to the people that before us.
It goes back to the schools, though, John. It
Yeah.
means what it boils down to is this is what Trump's bitching about in the background is that he's worried that these progressive teachers, that
Oh yes.
the
Oh
smart
yeah.
teachers can see, they're
Yeah.
teaching the kids about Trump and how bad he is. That's what he's scared of. He's scared of what people are talking about him. What
Yeah.
are they saying about me? My ego is being dented. These
Well,
school teachers are evil.
just keep in mind that regardless of whether people are talking bad about him or talking good about him, that's besides the point. As long as we're talking about him, that Mitch Goldstein earlier said that's what is bothering him, and he's going to take a break for a while. He said, is because every day it's about him, and he loves it. It feeds into his ego. If we're talking mean about him and saying, oh, he said something stupid, oh, he loves that just as much as almost as if Fox News was kissing his ass. As long as he's in the news, he thinks he's up on top. But we have to turn the news into the truth, and that is going to start in the House. And as soon as the House gets its ass off the gravy train here and gets the impeachment hearings going, and call them that, and start.
Well, the problem is that.
Yes,
The
they
problem
do.
is that we got Nancy Pelosi who's resisting the movement of impeachment. She's got a plan. I know what she wants him to go to jail, but he can still go to jail after he's out of the presidency. I mean, even though he's impeached. So it's almost like she's scared to impeach him in case it gets him support, the sympathy support, and he uses it against the Democrats.
Right.
Look what they done to me. They picked on me. I'm a
Yeah.
good bloke
Yeah.
and all that crap,
Oh, that's
Now,
what he's going to try
she's
to say.
smart. She's smart, Pelosi. And a few Republicans now are turning around and saying, see, the Republicans got into Trump and said, you in this Mexico shit, back off. And that's what's happened. But certainly she's got a plan. I don't know what it is, but it's taking so long. It's hurting
It's killing all of us. It's killing all of us, Dave.
Yeah.
Every
it's death
day
by
this stuff
slow
goes
torture.
on. Yeah. Every day this shit show goes on, it's more torture for the American people and more embarrassment for us every day. So we're all anxious for that to happen, but keeping in mind that thing, do the right thing, but do the thing right. And she's right, maybe to hold back a little bit. Of course, now she's done tipped her hand there with that little comment about rather see him in prison, and I'm all for that one because I think there is still, with all those investigations out of the Southern District of New York, those side shoots, I think a lot of those are going to be criminal in nature, and enough to put his ass in jail when we start getting into
More
money.
so.
Yeah.
More so than the obstruction of justice, I think.
Yes, more so than what we see right here. That's how come it's redacted in the Mueller report, is because
I'd love to see what's in these sealed indictment things or whatever they got over there.
There's some of those out there too. So there's a whole lot more that is going to come out. But we have to bring that out in full public view. That's the whole key. I was speaking about it earlier on the show. Is they keep looking at this impeachment as comparing it to Bill Clinton being impeached and how the Republicans used that against the Democrats. They used it like a stick and tried to beat him, but it didn't work. And now the Republicans will think, well, if we try to impeach Donnie, we'll impeach him, but nothing's going to happen, just like President Clinton. He'll just ride the wave and he'll get reelected. I don't think so, because it's not the same subject. This needs to be compared to Nixon's impeachment, not Clinton's. Clinton's was a purely political hit job, and the nation saw through it, and so did the Senate. They did not remove him because they could see what it was. It started out over white water and ended up with a blue dress.
Now, let's go back to this. You can't indict a sitting president. That is wrong.
That's bullshit.
They done that to Clinton. They indicted him, and it was a court case, and he went down, and it is crap. Now, why Mueller said you can't indict a sitting president, that's why we couldn't do anything about it, is not true. See, Mueller misled the people a little bit there, and I don't know why.
Well, because he's trying to play an end run for Donnie the same way that Barr has in the past.
Jen's trying to say something.
I'm sorry, who is?
Jen is trying to say something,
Jen,
and she has been for a little bit. Her light keeps flashing.
No. I'm waiting. Go ahead. We'll get it in at some point.
Okay.
Continue on.
Oh, I forgot where I was. I turned my attention to you, Jen.
Jen, come on. What do you got to say, Jen?
Oh, I don't want to ruin the flow of the conversation. I'd really rather wait till it comes around again. So continue on with you're discussing Pelosi and particularly Mueller right now and what his end run is all about.
Well, Jen, I feel that Mr. Mueller has probably played a little insurance card for some reason, and with a bit of pressure in the background, because he could have indicted and charged the president, but there was something going on there, and that's the sad part about it, is you had a legal, proper investigation that came out and showed that he was a crook, he's done the wrong thing, he's doing the wrong thing, yet Mueller just put his finger on the wick of the fuse and just put it out for the moment.
I think...
but maybe now Mueller might come out and tell
Mueller's going to get subpoenaed. Mueller's going to show up in front of Congress. There ain't no two doubts.
And Trump's bagging him. That's a stupid thing to do when the guy that's going to bury you bag him.
Trump goes with the wind. Before he was praising him as being, when he came out exonerated and all that bullshit, and he flows with the wind depending on what the news is saying about him during the day. So that's his plan to try to screw things up for any news that might come out. But the fact that trying to get my head back to where I was, the importance of the public hearings in Congress, that is the key to all of this shit. Because if it's not out in the public, it's not going to make a difference. You're not gonna make the impact that it has to make for a change in the Senate. Those people have to be forced to defend this guy, and so we got a lot of investigations to go, and a lot of a lot of shit that we're already dealing with, waiting on subpoenas and crap. So,
but the Republicans must turn around and say, you know what, the good Republicans, if we go to 2020 backing this guy with everything that's going to go on, they may lose their seat, and it may be to the benefit of some Republican senators to not quite fully support Trump in their states.
I don't know whatever happened to a good Republican. That's becoming like a unicorn, and you're not going to find one nowadays. Amish, whatever his name is, he's about the closest one that came out and said anything, and he got a good response for doing it. And it shows you again. There was some other story I was trying to remember that shows again that there's a divide in the Republican Party, big time, and there's a crack, and it's going to keep on going. There are more people waking up every day, and you see them little clips on the news things. I voted Republican, but I'll never do it again. That kind of thing is waking a lot of people up just since this man has been there. So things I think are looking great for 2020. Did you see Trump's?
Sorry, John. Did you see Trump's reply to the reporter that said, "Mr. Trump, a few of your Republican senators are not happy with some of the policies and the Mexican tariffs you are deciding to do. How do you feel about that?" And he turned around and said, "That is not a good idea and not good for them."
Yeah.
I don't think they would do that. It's almost like the mafia. God spoke and said, it wasn't a political answer. It was an answer that said, "I'm King Bull, and if they do, I'm going to slap them down."
Yeah. There's a lot of shit this man is doing that Jeez, and we got to get a handle on this shit because just oh man, I lost my thought. Dennis, are you there, buddy?
Sure am.
Okay, I wanted to make sure I got you in there. Dennis Valadez, another one of our moderators, joining us. So thank you.
Hello, Dennis.
How are those radical
Dave.
kids of yours?
Yes, how are those radical kids? You know how they are.
Destiny just started. She went from part time because she was in school, and now school's out. She went to full time, and she had her first 40-hour work week, and she's
Dragging her
in a
butt.
sleep coma.
She's done wore her out, huh? Mm-mm-mm.
Well, the young ones will be out marching in 2020. You watch. They'll be out supporting the older ones.
I have
You
a
watch.
lot of hope for that, baby. I really
Well,
do.
you're going to see a big difference in the faces that turn up at the rallies, I think. You're going to see a lot younger faces than you have in past years.
I'm counting on it. I really am. This country is in distress. As far as I'm concerned, we're on the verge of losing everything if this country doesn't stand up and fight for what we all believe is right. And there are more of us than any of them. It gets so frustrating sometimes. I don't know. I'm lost in a thought right now, but every day for those of us that do this, that every day you get up and you searching through the shit, and you just end up asking yourself, just how ignorant do these people have to be not to see all this? But that's not it. It's not that they're ignorant. They're holding on to the desperate thought of not being wrong, and at some point you got to look at yourself in the mirror and just realize that you did. And I'm sorry. I'm lost in a personal thought with somebody, and I don't. When you do this, I seen Richard Anderson the other day. He's been talking, he uses his voice, and some of the backlash that you get from some people that you considered friends and whatnot, and at some point, each of us has to make that decision of what's more important, being liked by a group of people that you strongly disagree with, and or looking at yourself in the mirror and saying that you know what's right and you're willing to stand up and say that. So it's tough at times to go through that on personal level, on a one-on-one person, somebody that somebody you've been around a long time, and you have that discussion, and it's not an easy one. And so yeah, that's part of what's on my mind. But I wanted to let Richard know that at some point it's just a personal decision inside yourself of what you want to do. If you speak,
I think by 2020, John, I think what will happen is that people will realise by that period they've had the time to find out they've got no more money in their pay packet. They're paying more taxes. This will all come to a head in 2020, and they may realise, well, he's full of shit. But what scares me is that this guy's going to turn around and get his minions and say, I'm going to fix the problem again and get them back into another hype up. But no one's going to have extra money in their pocket, and everyone's going to be paying more taxes. And I hope that backfires on him because that's what he's done.
I heard, read an article or heard an article, one of the two, I can't remember, that a good portion of Americans cannot, if a $400 incident increase or emergency come up, most people will not have those funds to deal with that. Great example.
That's stupid.
Great example. Hey, you got to move your building. Where are you going to pull? You're going to pull it out of your butt somewhere. You have to, because it has to be done. But I'm not in any position. I don't know what kind of position the guy is next door that wants his property back. But for most of the people I know, something big happened, and no, you're in a bind, baby, and you have no other choice but to fix it any way you can. And sometimes that includes getting screwed even more because you're in a bind, and it's rough for everybody. Most of the people that I know, discounting a couple neighbors around here that I'm sure don't have to worry about a damn thing. But For the rest of
Yeah,
it,
and the timing's always bad, isn't it? It always comes at a
yeah,
bad
baby, man,
time.
I'm telling you, man, when my ship comes in, I'll be at the airport, baby, waiting on the plane. Yeah. I'll be in the lounge waiting on the plane. Let me know when it gets here, and my ship gone, done and sailed, baby. Now I'll tell
Hey,
you what. Over the long run, I've made bad mistakes, and I've been down and I've been up. But baby, over the long run, and I look back, yeah, I see where I messed up, but I'm happy. I'm happy with where I went.
Your buddy Trump. He turns. I shouldn't say buddy. That's sarcastically
No, yeah,
bad. But
yeah.
um, uh, he's threatened Australia for some reason, like with tariffs and that. And we've turned around and said, so what?
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
basically it.
That's what
Our
everybody
Prime
has to do.
Minister said whatever he says will not come to fruition anyhow. He could threaten Australia with 50% tariffs. It won't happen.
Yeah. Well,
It's
tariffs
just
is
all
just,
crap.
it's all
He's
just
full
a
of
show.
crap.
And now he's threatening to make the tariffs higher on another 300 billion in China on China. It's just a never-ending thing. He just keeps bumping it up time and time.
Was this warship thing real, where the two ships actually almost
Yes.
hit each
Oh
other?
yeah, there's video, baby. They came real close. That's a whole other
Now,
discussion there. Let me get
what do you
Jen. Let
think
me
is
see.
going
I
on
want to
there?
make sure Jen gets her voice. You had something you wanted to bring up, Jen, before we get involved.
Well, a little bit of concern.
What's that?
First of all, I want from the chat. I would like to know anybody who lives in Florida, raise your hand, and if you happen to live in the Orlando area, type in a number 1.
Yeah, raise your
Okay, and
hand
I'll
if
go
you're
on
in
from
Florida,
there.
and type in number 1 if you're in the Orlando area.
Orlando area.
Yeah. What's up?
Has anybody heard of the NIFB? I believe it's the National Institute or something of fundamentalist Baptist churches.
Oh shit.
It's a new group.
Oh Lord.
Ah,
I haven't heard
No.
of them.
it sounds
got
like
this-
another
What are
cult.
they?
They've got this guy running it by the name of Pastor Stephen
Oh.
Anderson,
Yeah, pastor.
and another well-known one,
That
Pastor Tommy
Yeah,
McMurtry.
that always makes a flag go up. Go ahead, Pastor. What?
And they have developed a nice little church that believes in their Second Amendment rights, and they brandish their weapons proudly.
In church.
And they also have come out quite plainly in favor of the killing of LGBT people.
Yeah.
oh my God.
Now
Really?
they're using the Constitution to protect themselves by saying that they want the government to do it for them.
Yeah.
But
those
then
are
in their
those are
actual
what are
speeches,
commonly
they make-
referred to as complete idiots.
Well, they're
They have-
very dangerous idiots.
Yes, they are.
They are.
If
They
you
are
look at
having
what's
a
happening,
rally.
here lately, we've had I think 4 transgenders killed up in Dallas.
Well, the murder
My
rate,
daughter's trending.
murder and
Trans.
violence rate against LGBT people is up 16% since 2016 across the nation.
Well,
Not
that's
just-
something
Com-
Trump has achieved.
Now,
That
hold on.
is
Let me
something.
finish this, please. This is very important.
Okay.
These losers are having a conference called the Make America Straight Again
Oh
conference.
shit.
And it's
Make
being
America
held in
Straight.
Orlando on the anniversary of the Pulse nightclub shooting,
Oh, are you shitting me?
Oh my God.
which is next
Yeah.
weekend.
That's another finger in your face. We want to show our shit.
Now, the media has missed it, and we need people in Florida to, in droves, contact the local television station and the local national media and demand that they start covering what these bastards are up to.
Yes, that's dangerous.
We are not recommending that anyone go and counter protest because we are afraid of them shooting you to death because of Florida's stand your ground laws.
Yeah.
They're looking
Okay.
for a shootout.
Yeah, they're looking for any reason to pick a fight. So if you care
That's
at all
dangerous.
about the civil rights and the ability to continue living
The human
of
rights.
LGBT people, This is your opportunity to get involved and make a difference by merely picking up the phone and demanding some coverage by the media.
That would be great. If you're down in the
I will
Orlando
I
area,
will
down in
repeat the
Florida,
details.
yeah,
We're talking about the NIFB. They have websites. We're talking about Pastor Stephen Anderson and Pastor Tommy McMurray, and there are 30 or more others. And they are becoming an international organization as well.
that's pitiful because
They have
this
been
Here's me
shut
how
down
to
quite
turn.
soundly on YouTube, thanks to a group that I work with on YouTube. But now we're trying to get them shut down on PayPal and other means. But their conference is still going on, and that's in Orlando this coming weekend. The NFIB, it must be covered, and people must know that there are dangerous, psychotic, so-called Christians with
yeah.
guns.
Yes, we just
You know,
recently.
Obama would not let this happen.
No, no. These are the same uh, uh, cockroaches that came out, the racist cockroaches,
Hate groups.
the
Hate groups.
the homophobe cockroaches. They all came out under Donnie, or it got
Yep.
emboldened again. This is Pride Month. This is celebrating 50 years since the Stonewall in 1969, and when the LGBT community stood up for their rights. What we're talking about here is human rights, because you can apply the same rights to every one of us. That's all that we're demanding. That's all that anybody should demand, is that they have the same rights as everybody else in this country. And for
What
some
people
people,
need to realize that they may not be aware of is that LGBT people, particularly T people, LGBT folks do have protections in many states,
but
but
not all.
nationally,
Yeah,
LGBT people and
no,
particularly T people have no civil right
yeah.
whatsoever. They can be fired, they can be evicted, they can be thrown out of
They
school,
yes.
and apparently now they can be murdered.
Well, we had an Alabama mayor of what was it, Carbon Springs Hill or Carbon Hill,
Mm-hmm.
Carbon Hill, Alabama. The mayor there, and he was on his Facebook, whatever it was, talking about the same thing, about the only way to purge this country from the LGBTQ community is to kill them all, because these ignorant people think, well, if you kill them all, there won't never be another one born. And it's that kind of ignorance that just it propagates into other people, and now it's down there in Florida, and it's all over the place because it's an easy target for people, because Jesus said so. That's what they use so much, the religious bullshit that they try to
Now,
persecute
I
people
caught
with.
I let's give you a heads up. Also, if you go to Google and you do a search on Pastor Tommy McMurtry, it's not going to direct you to him.
Oh yeah,
It's going to direct you to pages that the opposition has set up to specifically fool search engines so that it doesn't send traffic to him,
good,
but it
good.
sends traffic
Don't
to
need a voice like that.
sites with pumpkins
You know, that's what
in various sexual poses.
they
Um,
oh,
if you
that's
want to look them up, look for NIFB.
NIFB. So you can look that
I
up. And
just
again,
I just looked up Steven Anderson. It said he's from Tempe, Arizona. That's where his church is at.
Mm-hmm.
oh Lord,
Mm-hmm.
see,
But they're just hate groups. That's simply and all is a hate group, and it's a bunch of
yeah,
people getting together who are like Donald Trump, that are looking for people in their area that are same mental defect as them, and they want to have a group. Now, everyone has their connections and their groups and their support groups. Unfortunately, these hate groups under decent presidents and governors and mayors would not be establishing. Um, I'm scared that Trump is going to support these groups and in the background help them as potential voters for him, because they're just his sort of crowd.
yeah.
But in Australia, we had a couple of hate groups start up, and we knocked them down. They protested and had some marches about against the gays and all this sort of, and they were marched against. They were kicked out. We don't have those marches anymore. There's no anti-gay,
No, no.
no anti-nothing marches here
Are you?
because the idiots were knocked down.
Well, Dave, we're going to have a march here, buddy. We're going to have a straight pride march. Straight pride. That's what they're going to do up here, baby. They're going to have Are you shitting me? That's what
led by a gay conservative.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Yeah, that
makes
Milo
sense.
Yiannopoulos.
Oh, is that who it
That
is?
you know,
Oh,
Hey guys, throw me into the green room. I have to do a couple of things, but I'll have you guys on in the background. Give someone else a bit of a voice for a sec, and I'll go to the green room for a minute. I've got to do a few things,
all
but
right,
I'll have you on in the background.
all right. Appreciate it, Dave. Thanks a lot for being here, Bubs. Does he do that?
this
Or?
scares me.
Has anybody talked about the gun scare and Pride Parade?
Yeah, they had well, we haven't talked about it yet, but I understand there was some gun sounding noises, or was it? I don't think it was confirmed it was gunfire, was it, Spark?
No, they arrested the guy with had a BB gun pistol or
It's wonderful.
brandished it and showed it around and scared the shit out of people, and that started a
There's
panic.
somebody who doesn't know what year he's in. You know,
They had a big deal on the news about it, showing people running, knocking over barricades.
you pull a BB gun out like that, that's a good way to end up dead real quick.
One woman's son was knocked down, and people stepping on the kid, trying to get away.
Boy.
Just a mess.
Yeah, I understand there were some people injured in that tried to get away from that. So
Yeah,
you know,
they charged that guy with gun arrest. Forget what charge.
Well, thank you for letting me pass that on.
Yeah, no, I seen that in the news earlier that disrupted the Pride Parade. Yeah, you know, why? Because somebody's an asshole. There's always going to be assholes, you know. But we have to minimize that by putting them back in their little cracks or wherever the hell they came from. Because since Trump has been in here, that's the big thing. He's made all this stuff allowable, whether it be racism, homophobia, whatever it is. It's okay to do it. You don't like black people, brown people, yellow. It don't matter. Whatever bias you have, it's okay to show, because that shows you're the real American. And that's what Donnie has. You know, that's his sales pitch, baby. You know, be hateful like a good American. And there's a lot of them.
I'm just so scared for my child.
As well you should. That's
Because she's transgendering into my son, and it just scares the hell out of me.
Yeah,
more than anything else.
I would imagine, because that kind of hate crime, there's, you know, it's a scary thing anyway. And Lord, it just, you know, how do you address it? How do you put that away? And, you know, it's not until we all do it. Until we all stand up for the transgender, until we all stand up for the migrant, until we all stand up for those that are black or poor or whatever, until we all stand together, there are going to be those that are going to see the opportunity to just piss on somebody's parade or do whatever they want to do, and because they feel like they have a voice. And that's what we have to correct, that kind of shit that he brought out of people. But it's not just Donnie. This has been propagated for a long time by Rush Limp Dick and Fox News long before this. The demonization of the left, that the right news, the right wing propaganda bullshit has fed out to the red meat eating haters that are biased or prejudiced against somebody. And it gives them a voice for it. It gives them the opportunity to think they can just bring that out anytime. And we have to change things where it's not that anymore.
See where Trump's going after Twitter?
Oh, what, is he pissed off again because what? Ain't enough white supremacists
banning people like
yes. Yeah.
What's his name? Down in Texas.
Yeah, Alex Jones. They're getting rid of Alex Jones, and I have them listed here. There was a bunch of them. Laura Ingraham got all upset the other day. Yeah, here it is. Alex Jones, Paul Neum. He is he's the asshole that he is very anti-Semitic. he thinks the hero of the world is the guy that went into the Tree of Life synagogue up in Pittsburgh. Uh, that's his hero. But yeah, Laura Ingraham on her show was all upset because Alex Jones and this Paul Newsom guy and Laura Loomer, who is Islamophobic.
Oh, so that's how Doug got the idea in his head.
Yeah, those are conservative voices. They're calling them bullshit. They're racist assholes, and they're hate speech. That's all it is. But they wanting to defend that. You know, Alex Jones talks to Donnie. Used to anyway. I don't know if he still admits to it, but yeah, he used to. And that's, you know, it's those kind of people are so acceptable to some of the people I know. Tony, you know, we joke about my friend Tony, but that's it. That he watches Fox News. And he doesn't watch the news part anymore. They're getting ugly,
That's
I guess.
what's wrong with Trump or Fox rotted brain.
Yeah, I've seen a thing where even one of the, I'm not going to look it up right now, but the headline was Fox News commenter calls Trump comment fake news. So, you know, at a certain point, you know, we see it occasionally on Fox News on the news portion, you know, of the news of the shows, but that there's been people that have stood up and pointed out the fact that he's full of shit or he lied or, you know, he's destroying this or that or the other. But it's the other ones. It's Rush Limbaugh. I mean, Sean Hannity and you know, Laura Ingraham and what's that idiot name? Tucker Carlson. Those are the voices that Trump supporters just love. Because they're always
and the three morons on the couch.
Yeah, Fox and Friends in the morning. That's the pitiful part. You can watch that as, you know, I don't, but you know, you see little snippets on the news. I don't watch that shit. I wouldn't allow for years before Trump. As a matter of fact, my brother, if you ever meet him, way back when Obama was on his first term, I remember my brother, because I have one brother that wanted to turn the TV over to Fox News. Not in my house. You're gonna watch that shit, you go to your place. You ain't turning my TV onto that shit ever. I'm afraid it would just burn my TV up. Either that or I'd put a foot through it. But you know, I don't allow that crap on. It's the most anti-American bullshit you could put on you. It promotes ignorance is what it does. It's the dumbing down of America is what that is.
Daffy is saying, and don't forget Lou Dobbs.
Yeah, Lou Dobbs. Yeah, I don't want to forget that idiot either. You know, it's they try to strike this wholesome view of white America, and if we all just go right back to white America, well, everything will just be fine. There was never a fine white America. You know, it's been a struggle our whole history, whether it be for racial rights and we're still doing that, personal rights, women's rights, LGBT rights. You know, we're still having those battles now. This is 2019, baby. We're almost in 2020, and we're still fighting these battles. But now because of Donnie, they feel emboldened, and not just here. It's all over the world. You know, it's in Europe too. That hate crimes are going on, and you know.
Lou Dobbs to me looks like a hair dye spokesperson. Bad.
Yeah, he needs to find a new person. You know, Sean Hannity.
Just let it go, dude. You're old.
Yeah, really. Time to quit, retire. Sean Hannity, I think he's wrapped up big time with HUD. I think he's got HUD properties all over the place, and he stands his ass in a little vice too. I bet. I really do. That's his business. So he's into real estate, and he's a slumlord, I think is what it is, proper word. But yeah, that's how come Sean Hannity hangs on. I think.
I just read an article. I just read an article says that Democrats investigate Giuliani.
Rudy? Oh
yeah, for his little thing with Ukraine or whatever the hell he was doing.
Yeah, he wanted to run over to Ukraine to try to get a little support over there for Donnie. they haven't
Rudy
learned shit.
Giuliani, the cross
Yes,
dresser.
yes, yeah. That's him. I'm telling you, it's a circus, all of them. Yeah, he wanted to run over to the Ukraine, but then changed his mind when that news hit out, and it's ridiculous.
He's still screaming out there something. He's exposed Biden, I guess.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was trying to expose Biden's interest in something over there. I can't remember what it is.
Because Democrats coming after.
Velda,
So,
What?
I check your direct mail in Discord. I sent you a note.
Okay.
Oh, sure. Just don't let none of us know. That's all right.
That's right. It's private.
We get it. We get it. I understand. I'm just shitting you. No. Let's see who else we got. I can drag and hook somebody here. Let's see if Bernadette's in there. Bernadette, nope, she's got her microphone muted. I need to learn more of this shit.
she'll hear you in a minute.
Yeah, she'll hear me in a minute and come in. But,
There.
We'll be right back.
all right. All right. What time is it anyway? Ooh. 7:30. Damn, we've been on 2 hours, ain't we? Boy, howdy. Time flies when you're having fun. Ain't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway.
I see what's up. I have my Bluetooth.
I'm gonna have to look after the show because it's the Facebook is dragging me down.
Is it? I'm surprised we got a good signal today. I think that little thing that Travis looks like all the time is still green, so our signal's good here today. But that could change.
That's fine,
Why-
Velda. It's not. It wasn't
down.
time sensitive.
No.
Say what again?
I said it's not time sensitive.
Okay.
Oh, okay. The secret message. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It
Y'all got
Oh,
a
and there-
message
you have to have
and you didn't
you
tell
have
me?
to have the secret decoder ring to get all that kind of information.
Okay,
I see.
I got a decoder ring for you. Michelle, she's not in the chat in the green room. She's
Right.
just over listening, and she says hello from New Hampshire.
Outstanding. New Hampshire, baby.
I don't know if she's still with us or not, but I haven't seen her post in a little bit.
That's the second primary will be in New Hampshire on February 11th, baby. So she needs to be involved, ready to vote, and I'm sure she
Yep.
is. I'm sure she is. It's going to come to all of us pretty soon. We're all going to have a chance to vote again. It's so exciting. I love it. But anyway, I guess I ought
Let's
to
see.
Huh?
I was just gonna say who's out there. Oh, Randy's in the green room.
Randy's in the green?
Lone Wolf is in the green room. Me Daffy is, Miss Linda, and Velka.
And Belka. Let me see if I can. I think I got Randy Curvin and I got Lone Wolf. Did I get y'all? Lone Wolf.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm here.
There you go. How you doing, bub?
I'm still fat.
Is that your dogs or my dogs? That's
Don't
my
have
dogs.
any dogs.
That's my dogs going nuts in there. Oh Lord. So, I bet I know what it is. Miss Deborah came to visit this evening, and my wife stepped out on the front porch to say goodbye to Miss Deborah, and when she walks out the door, that's what happens. Because the dogs, I'm in here, and Marcia went off the front porch, so they're alone in there, and they think they're going to die. So.
It's called separation anxiety.
Yes, I swear it's so pitiful. Both of us walk outside the house. 10 seconds later, that starts. It's like
I had a dog that was that way that chewed up one of my favorite chairs.
Well, mine finally quit. They'll just stop after a while. But it's that also happens when I come home. Every time I leave and come home, we get that 4 dogs barking and howling, a donkey out there baying all over the place, and a goat over there, but you can't really hear the goat. He doesn't make much loud noise, but you can hear that donkey all over the place. And it's like letting everybody know Dad's home. So anyway, Lone Wolf, where are you, bub?
East Texas.
East Texas. Outstanding, bub. Whereabouts? Near
Keep East Texas.
Just East Texas. That's good enough, buddy. I'm telling you. Out in the piney woods. Uh, Texas is big, baby. We got every kind of.
I know. I ain't that deep.
Hey, ain't that? Yes, sir. I know. Uh, no, Texas, big state, baby. We appreciate you being here. You know.
Cedar Creek Lake area.
Oh, that's nice up in there. I like it out over there in West Texas. I mean East Texas. Uh, you know, piney woods and lakes and stuff. A lot like Louisiana, crawfish, stuff like that. You know, we enjoyed going up by what lake was that? It's Atlanta State Park. It's in Texas, not Georgia. Atlanta State Park. Do you know where that is, Lone Wolf? That's north of you, I think. It was a real nice area. We camped there for a while. We enjoyed it though. But yeah, let's see. Who else did I drag? I dragged Randy. Randy Curvin. You got your mic muted, buddy. Randy does his he uses his voice on Facebook and on YouTube, and so look out for Rantin' Randy. That's what he goes by, and we appreciate him using.
I've been catching Rantin' Randy.
Huh?
I've been catching Rantin' Randy.
Have you? He's
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Rantin' Randy, Richard Anderson, Leo Sahaki, Andy Paguda, voices that are doing the same thing, just trying to keep everybody informed and motivated towards going the same direction. I just got a peek at. I think my wife. I don't know who it was. Somebody just opened the door and then just peeked in and left. I think it was Mama. Had to be. Anyway, I guess that's a hint. As I better get off of here.
It's time.
Yeah, I guess it's time. It's Sunday evening, so I guess I need to. And it's starting to get warm in here. That little box I don't know if any of y'all seen that. The little box that sexy sports fan sent me. I should have it sitting right here when I'm back here. That thing
Does
really,
it work?
Yes, it works. It really does.
Right.
Right. I was amazed at that. It drops the temperature about 5 degrees. Which if it's blowing on you, feels real good. Of course, it has to be blowing on you. It's not gonna cool down a room. It's a personal space type thing. But
right.
Yeah, it works really good. But I ought to have it in here blowing on me because that air conditioner over there, we turn it off because the microphone just picks up too much of the noise, and you just hear a big roar in the background and all that shit. But
well, if you're going to start shutting down, I gotta jump out early.
Okay. All right, Jim.
My presence is requested elsewhere.
All righty, dear. Well, we're glad you stopped by here, and we always appreciate you being here, Jim. So take care, and we'll see you later.
Good night,
Talk to you later, Jen.
Talk to you later,
Jen.
Velda. Bye.
Bye.
I am so glad that's what I enjoy is when like Velda and Jen and Bernadette, when they talk to each other out of here. That's the part that I really like, is when those connections are made and the family gets a little tighter. But I guess I'm stumbling here because my mind is elsewhere, and I don't want to sit here and take up y'all's time. I appreciate so much y'all coming by and having a talk this evening and whatnot. I'll do my rant tomorrow, and I guess everything will be back to normal on Tuesday when Travis is here. I guess his little thing went a little farther than he was expecting. I figured he'd be in here by now, but
Well, I'm sure the shit show in Washington will give you something to rant about tomorrow.
yeah. Oh, I have no doubt, no doubt. I just have to get my mind out of this constant, bullshit in my mind of it. This building thing is really distracting me. Until I go, and tomorrow I'm going to go see the guy, and then I'm going to know a whole lot more. So it'll probably be, better after tomorrow after I know where I stand. Yeah, it's just screwing me up. Just a lot of shit. But that's all right. I'm used to dealing with shit. It's my job nowadays. So that's what we'll keep doing. But anyway.
Put your waders on and keep on stepping.
That's all. That's what we can do, baby. Adapt, overcome,
right.
Keep moving forward. That's what we do every day. So that's what we'll keep doing. To our Blue Dot family out there on Facebook and Twitter, we appreciate it on YouTube that y'all take the time out to come in here and spend your time listening to us and being part of the family. So I really appreciate that. And now, see, if this is the awkward part, because now I got to look over here at the screen and try to find the little arrow, and when I do, it goes over into that gray spot, and I moves it. There it is. I'm there. So now all I have to do is look at the camera and say goodbye. But those in the Discord channel, please stand by. I'm still going to be there for a few minutes, and we'll talk a little bit longer. But for the viewing Blue Dot family, I appreciate y'all coming by. I love y'all so much, and we'll be here tomorrow. And good night, Joy Peters and Shawnee Love, baby. We're glad y'all came in here. I just looked up there. Hey, Grim. We'll see y'all later. Y'all take care. Bye.